Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the Department of Business Oversight under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona 0941504, Georgia 69178, Illinois 031.0058339, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington MLO 237926, Heidi Schlegel Points, California DBO 1666881.
She's the mortgage mom. She can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call Mom.
All right. Well, welcome to Mortgage Mom Radio. I'm Debbie Marcoux, and I've got Heidi Schlegel Points.
Hello. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. What are we doing? We are live at 5 every Wednesday here on YouTube. And what is Mortgage Mom Radio? A lot of people ask, actually, and I've actually had to explain that quite a few times this week. So I thought I would actually go through that a little bit. So Mortgage Mom Radio is my radio show. We do all kinds of education, advice, everything that we can to get you into a home, refinance your property, and do we do loans? People ask that question all the time. Well, do you do loans? Can you send me to somebody that can? Yes, we do loans.
That's all we do.
That's all we do. We work for Movement Mortgage, which has been a fantastic company to work for.
Yes.
Very, very proud and privileged to work there for Movement Mortgage. They are a mortgage bank. A lot of people ask, well, are you guys a broker? Can you select who you're going to send our loan to?
Right.
And we are not a broker. We're actually better. At least in my eyes, I'm going to say that. It's in my eyes, we are better. So Movement Mortgage is a mortgage bank. We've got tons of lines of credit with all kinds of different banks out there. Citibank, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, you name it, we're there, Penny Mac.
Yep.
We've got them all. And what we do is we get the opportunity to actually price your loan through the best lender that day, but then we actually get to keep control of the file, unlike a broker, where we underwrite and fund our own loans and close them in-house. So we have a lot more control over it, but we also have that benefit of being able to price well.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
So I just get that question quite a bit. I thought maybe I would, kind of talk about that a little bit here at the beginning. But what are we? We're doing education, we're doing advice, and we want to make sure that we're putting you and your family and your future in the right direction. How do you get in touch with us? Well, you give us a call. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844-WE-LEND-FOR-YOU, LEND, and the number 4. That is the best way to get a hold of us. What else can you do? Well, you can watch us stream right here live on YouTube. You can ask us your questions, throw them into the feed. We're going to actually read them out loud, answer them for you. You want to get on the show. You want to be, on air, on radio. You got to call during our YouTube show on Wednesday. So we're live at 5 on Wednesdays. Give us a call. We'll get you right on air. Everybody on YouTube can hear you. And then you'll hear it go back on radio on Saturday. So really pretty cool, but we are here to help and we want to answer those questions. So please feel free to, follow us and, make sure that you guys are watching. Last week we had a home inspector on, also a HUD inspector. He was absolutely amazing.
He was great. Even I went home and Jeremy, my husband, was like, who was that guy?
Yeah. So Wayne is amazing. Really, he had some great ideas, but if you want to renovate your home, he was a perfect show to watch. So if you missed it, go back and watch YouTube. You guys can hear it all over again. We've got Krista Hermans that we talk about all the time. She's our estate planning mom. We've got our tax grandma that, jumps in and gives us tax advice. Right now it's tax season.
Oh, so much fun.
Everybody's got to get those taxes done. So we've got tons of resources and we're bringing them to you because we want you to, be in a better position. That is our goal. And in the middle of that, obviously people call and they need help with a loan. And, so we're doing those loans and we're working through Movement Mortgage because that's where we work.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is catching up with mom time.
Yes, it is.
How you feeling?
Tired.
Yeah. It's been a big week.
It has been a very big week. And, we say that because it's Wednesday, but we go Wednesday to Wednesday really is our week for catching up with mom.
Right.
But it has been quite the week already.
Yes, it has. So, what exactly is going on? I'm sure everybody out there listening has heard the news. The Federal Reserve has dropped the prime rate 0.5%. They've heard interest rates have dropped. The stock market has gone, to the toilet because of the coronavirus. It's come back up again.
Yeah.
Right now, we're very, very volatile. We're swinging in both directions. We're swinging low. We're swinging high. Rates are going up. Rates are going down. We've had worsening prices midday today on Wednesday. We had improving prices midday yesterday. So it's changing almost by the hour. the rates are very, very good. And we did say that last week, but they're even better right now. So, we have hit historic lows. I read something today that said we've hit a 6-year low as far as where interest rates are. Even with the volatility, just get locked in. If you've been thinking about doing it, get off your hump, your rump, and get it done.
Yep.
It is time to start that refinance for sure. This is a great time, great opportunity with rates as low as they are to possibly consider shortening up that term, going into a 20-year, going into a 15-year. If you're happy with your payment now, you can afford it. Let's not drop the payment further. Let's get you into a shorter term that pays your loan off faster with maybe a very similar payment to what you make today. Right. So everybody's got a little different story. But
even a great time to maybe look at doing that purchase you weren't sure you were ready for, or maybe you didn't qualify before, because when rates go down, you might now be able to afford that.
Yep.
Right? When rates drop as low as they have, you might have more purchase power than you did before.
Right.
So definitely something to look into if you guys have been consider buying, but you looked at it, 6 months ago, a year ago, and you just couldn't get there. Rates were a lot higher than they are today.
They are. So this piece of catching up with mom, Mikey, we need you to refresh so that we can see if anybody's there. But this piece of catching up with mom is, we're tired. I mean, it's been nonstop. The phones are ringing. When I tell people that they are going to talk to me one-on-one, if they call our office, they truly do get that. Yep. But you know what? I'm booked. I mean, it's Wednesday, and I don't think I have an appointment open to talk to anybody till Monday.
No, I don't think so.
No, and you've got to understand that that's not just me. Every single company, every single loan officer has clients. They have past clients. Everyone is getting in on this right now. Yep. We talked a little bit about that last week as far as rate locks were concerned, hustling your butt, moving and getting that paperwork to us so that we can get things done in that rate lock period. We're only one person, and Heidi's there to take calls as well. I'm about ready to open up her calendar. But the problem is if she's got to stop and take calls, then we can't get any loans submitted.
Then I can't really work the loan to get it in. So it's a catch-22. I'm happy to talk to everybody that wants to talk to me. However, you normally end up talking to me eventually anyways, as we go through the process. So it is hard. If I take that initial call, then we're going to have to, swap roles here. I'm going to take the initial, I'm going to hand off the loan to Debbie. But no, it is just an incredible time, and we are here to help you as much as we can. But I think where Deb's going with this is, it may not be as fast as we would all want it to be.
Right.
Instead of 30 days for a refi, it might be 45 days. Now, from what I hear, 45 days with us is still
very fast.
Very fast. Mm-hmm. But we do really set our standards very high for returning phone calls, returning emails, getting through your documentation. It's great, and we love it. But right now, we just may not be able to do that within, the hour or the day. So we're working as hard as we can. We want to help everyone. We want to be able to be there for everyone, but we also still want to provide a quality service.
Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. And we can't let that fall. So we can only take so much at a time, or you don't get that service that you need.
Right.
And are we at our maximum capacity? Absolutely not. The great thing is that I've actually brought in, we've got 2 new people starting next week. Yeah. Very excited. I've got 2 loan officers that are coming in, one that's going to help assist you a bit in getting some of those refinances and purchases submitted into underwriting. And then we've got another full-blown loan officer that's coming in to support me, to help me so that we can take some more of those calls and keep all of our listeners, engaged and happy and, everything rolling and doing great. So just, keep in mind that if we're busy like this and we're telling you about it openly and honestly on the radio, we're not the only ones busy. Everybody out there is busy. So just be a little bit patient. Understand that, the faster you get your loan application submitted, the quicker that you get your loan documents in, the faster you're going to get into underwriting. We're right here at the beginning of where these rates have dropped. And so what I've been telling all of my clients all week, and I hope that this is something that you keep in mind, is you've got to get in front of that tidal wave. So every single loan that we can possibly submit this week, next week, we want to get in that fast, because we're going to get in front of the herds of people that have done their application. waited 2-3 days,
Yep.
maybe 4. Now your loan officer's busy.
Yep.
Now the weekend's going to come. Now it's not going to get in until next week or maybe late next week. So we want to get ahead of that game, and we want to be the first ones in the door to be able to keep those loans moving through and moving fast. So
we don't want you to feel like we're rushing you, but we are.
Yeah.
And,
We absolutely
But it's
are.
for your benefit, because the longer we wait, the more people that get in, the longer it takes. The turn times just keep building up. So we do want to provide that service to you, and the faster and better we all work together, the faster we're going to close your loan, the better and smoother it's going to go. Now, as far as purchases go, we're still going to meet your close of escrow.
Absolutely.
So
Or faster.
Don't take this the wrong way as far as like, oh my gosh, now it's going to be 45 days. No. We're still going to meet your close of escrow. We're still going to meet your contingency dates. We're going to make it happen.
Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. So just, kind of some words of advice of what's been going on out there. Here's another one that we get all of the time. I've gotten it over and over again is the Federal Reserve dropped the interest rate by 0.5%. Do I get a better rate?
No.
So,
I know that's not the answer anyone wants.
It's not the answer that anybody wants, but let me just explain it. So the Federal Reserve did an emergency meeting. They don't do an emergency meeting because they just want everybody to get a better rate on their, mortgage. They did an emergency meeting because they need to make sure that they are putting back into the economy to get things stimulated. When the stock market takes as big of a loss as it did, and it could continue to, and it could recoup, and there's really no way to say, but when that happens, they do not want to throw us into a spiral of moving into a recession. So they want to try to get things stimulated. They want to get that consumer confidence back. The prime rate is not directly connected to first mortgage rates. It is not directly connected. Now, a lot of times when they actually drop the prime rate, the investors will take their money out of mortgage-backed securities and put it back into the stock market, which I believe is what their goal was when they did that announcement. Yep. And so when that happens, when stocks get better, rates go up. When stocks go down, rates go down. And again, they're not tied to each other, but that's historically how we see things happen. Yes. So just because you heard that the prime rate dropped by 0.5% does not mean that you're going to get 0.5% better in your interest rate. Now, we're all still riding what took place last week with the stock market and this week. We're still riding the great effect of those lower interest rates, but that had nothing to do with it. So throw that out of your head. The good news is if you have a home equity line of credit or you've got credit card debt, that prime rate is actually directly connected to those debts. So you will actually see, the interest rate on your credit card, the interest rate on your home equity line of credit will drop based on that Federal Reserve prime rate.
Right. That's where you can look to have that gain.
Yeah.
It's not the mortgage rate.
Right.
And the mortgage rates have already dropped so significantly that this announcement, and we get it every time they meet.
Every time.
Last year,
yeah,
we had a meet and it was 3 times.
Yep.
They dropped it.
Yep.
And we get the same phone calls.
Every time.
Is my rate going to drop now? No. and trust me, we hate having to say that, but they're just not directly connected. So it doesn't, if they drop it a quarter, they drop it a half, it does not directly impact your mortgage rate.
Right.
So just keep that in mind. And rates are just incredible as they are right now. But again, as we see the market kind of improve or come back, then most likely we will see those rates go up.
Oh, no, they will for sure.
Yeah.
So definitely a great time if you guys have been thinking about refinance, just like you said, even with a purchase. Yeah. If you couldn't quite qualify for the price range that you wanted to get into before, your monthly payment would be lower right now because your interest rate would be lower. So you might get just a little bit more purchase power. Definitely reach out to us if you've been working with us. Reach out to your loan officer if you've already been pre-approved. And if you've been thinking about refinancing, you've got to give us a call. Right now is the time. Don't miss it. Don't let it pass you by. Take advantage of it. Grab the low rates, and we'll get it done for you.
Absolutely.
Yep. So we are going to take a quick break. One thing I did want to mention really quick is that we've got those Stagecoach tickets that Go Country has so graciously given to us to raffle off. We are going to be doing that we're in March. We're in March. We're doing it.
Can't believe it.
Yeah. So anybody that is not watching us stream live on Wednesday at 5 does not have the opportunity to win those tickets. So make sure that you guys are watching us. If you missed us and you're listening to this on Saturday morning, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Watch us live Wednesday at 5. We're going to be giving away those Stagecoach tickets. We're not going to tell you what date. you did kind of throw a little hint out last week that it was maybe going to sometime be around St. Patty's Day.
Yes.
But you guys have to be watching to be able to take advantage and win those tickets. So if you have not already subscribe to our channel, Mortgage Mom Radio. Turn on your notifications so that you know when we are live. If you have any questions about anything that we've talked about so far, give us a call. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend For You. That is the number 4. Or next week, watch us live and throw your questions into the feed, and we would be happy to read those out loud and answer them for you. So we are going to take a very quick break, and when we get back, we've got income to talk about.
Yes, self-employment income.
Self-employed income, so we're going to get into that, and then I'm sure we'll get into some other things because I'm sure it'll just take us in another direction.
Yep.
So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
She's the mortgage mom.
Mortgage Mom here. Did you know that property values are up and interest rates are down? Do you have some debt that you'd like to get paid off? Give me a call. It's 844-935-3634.
She's the mortgage mom. She can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call Mom.
Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the Department of Business Oversight under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, California NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Texas and Tennessee, 184373, Arizona 0941504, and Nevada 57237.
Do you own your home? Have you considered what could happen to your home if something happened to you and your family had to go through the dreaded probate process? Hello, I am the estate planning mom, and my name is Krista Hermance. I am an estate planning attorney at Hermance Law. If you own your home and something happened to you, depending on how title is held, your family may have to go through probate court. Probate in California can take an average of 12 months to 2 years to complete. It is very expensive and public. A will, while it states how you want your stuff distributed, doesn't actually avoid probate. It just guarantees it. If you want to avoid probate, a trust might be your best option, and we can help you figure that out. We have offices in Ventura, Westlake Village, Santa Clarita, and work with clients virtually throughout California. For information, text WILL to 474747. Again, text WILL to 474747.
This attorney advertising is intended for general information only, not intended to be legal advice, nor does it create an attorney-client relationship. Attorneys at Hermance Law are licensed to practice law in California only. You should seek advice from a legal professional licensed in your state. Hermance Law is located in Ventura, California, and can be reached at 805-518-9633.
All right, well, welcome back. I'm Debbie Marcoux, and this is Mortgage Mom Radio, and I've always got my sidekick, Heidi Schlegel Points, over here.
Hello.
So we just wanted to really quick get back to the YouTube because we've got all of our favorite watchers, which is all my family. Not sure where your husband's at. He should be saying something. My husband
He's
never
probably
gets on.
still working.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. But so I got a hi buggy from Aunt Pammy. Hello, Aunt Pammy. Love you so much. Hi, Erica. Hi, Aunt Lori. Hi, Dad. My dad's watching. Here's a really funny thing is last week we talked about renovation loans, right?
Yes.
And we've talked about my sister Missy in the past, but my sister Missy is a marketing genius. She's just amazing and can't even explain exactly what it is that she does. I have no idea. But she's great at it. So she's always giving me like tips and advice. What can we do to improve the show? What should I maybe do to make it more entertaining?
Right.
And as we're talking about renovation loans, my dad has actually been renovating his kitchen.
Right.
And we all have our Marco Polo chat that we do as a family, which is actually, it's amazing. The fact that
it's hilarious.
Oh, it's great. But the fact that my aunts made us get on it and we all made fun of them and said that it was old people chat. And, you know, now like we've got 25 cousins, aunts, uncles, you know, and you're getting to talk to each other on the daily basis and everybody's staying connected and it's almost like you live next door to each other. It really is fantastic. So my dad's been getting on Marco Polo and he's been talking all about his renovation. Well, my dad's got quite the temper. And it's a fun temper. It's kind of one of those ones where you want to like kind of poke the bear a little bit. So my sister was saying that it would be actually really funny that we should spice up the show a little bit and throw a couple of clips from the Marco Polo in of my dad, you know, kind of getting upset with his cabinets and his paint and everything else. So we might have to do that. We might have to spice up the show a little bit in the future.
I think we should have had Dad on here while he was here.
We should have. Well, you know what? We're going to figure it out. Mikey's the one behind the computer. I'm sure we can somehow figure out how to screen split and get Dad on as a chat. So we might have to do that. Anyway, so Uncle Jeff, wow. Good to see you.
Hi, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you for watching too. I've never seen you on there either. Anyway, so that was a lot of fun, but we'll have to
Definitely.
We'll have to do that into the future.
Oh,
so,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Next time he comes out.
Absolutely. So anyway, again, guys, listening, if you're listening on Saturday on the radio, you guys want to be able to ask questions, you got to watch us live. You want to win those Stagecoach tickets, you got to watch us live. So find us on YouTube, Mortgage Mom Radio, subscribe and turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss it. Did you look up a calendar date during the break by any chance?
So
Are we going to throw that out there right now?
do we want to throw that out
Well,
there?
I'm just going to say it's going to be a
ready?
Wednesday near St. Patty's Day. So, you got to watch sometime before or after. Could be the Wednesday on either side. Is St. Patty's Day on Wednesday?
It's on Tuesday.
Oh, so it could be either the week before or the week of. So
Yep.
you've got to make sure you guys subscribe to YouTube, like the channel, and turn on your notifications so you get the opportunity to win those tickets. Okay, so we need to talk about self-employed income.
We do.
Yes.
All right. So this is like we tried to do last week in like 3.5 minutes left that Deb always gives me.
Yeah.
But so self-employment. Obviously, we have a lot of different self-employment, right?
Yes.
We have people that file Schedule C, so you file that within your personal tax returns.
Mm-hmm.
We have people that file separate business tax returns. We have partnerships, your 1165s. We have your corporations, which can be your C Corp, your S Corp. Then we have your LLCs,
Which can also be
put
on
be
your personal
on
return.
your personal returns.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of different kinds. Some have K1, some don't have K1. Some you pay yourself a W-2, some you don't pay yourself a W-2. So I'll do it as seamless as I can. But essentially, with a self-employed, majority of the time, we are going to take a 2-year average. If you give yourself a W-2, we're going to take your W-2 income. We're going to take your bottom line business income. We're going to add back your paper losses. Probably easiest way to say it.
Yep,
right?
paper losses, exactly. Something that it didn't really cost you the money to make the money, but you get to write it off, such as depreciation. You bought a piece of equipment, you bought a piece of furniture, and you get to depreciate that asset over the time. We're going to be able to give you back the depreciation, depending on the kind of return that you do file. Sometimes you do have mileage that you're going to file.
Yep.
We can actually give you back that
We can
mileage.
give you the credit for that based. Now, some of you guys will file a return and you get mileage and you're counting it at 52 cents a mile or whatever the government allows. We do not give it back to you at that rate. So I want to be clear on that. 2018 was 25 cents, 2019 and 18 were 25 cents. 18 and 17 was 25 cents. 19 is 26 cents.
Correct.
So we're about half.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I know what year I'm in, what year I'm looking at.
Right.
So we give you back your paper losses. So we take your W-2 plus your bottom line, give you back your paper losses, and give you your K1 if you have a K1.
Correct.
Divide that over 24 months on average. However, sometimes if you have been in business, self-employed for 5+ years, it's generally the rule, not always, then we can sometimes get a 1-year return, and we'll just do all of that over 12 months. Okay. However, if you have a loss, right? You have a K1 loss, you got a W-2, great, but you have a K1 loss, and at the end you're having a loss, we're going to take all of that out of your W-2 income. Yes, you got your W-2 income. However, we still have to hit you for any of your losses. If you happen to have 2 employments, you have a business and you are employed by a separate employer other than yourself, and you have a loss through that business, where you're going to take your employment business income, and we still have to hit you for your loss unless it's considered a hobby.
Right.
Okay. So something that you don't do all the time, you file it really as a hobby.
Right. So, like, when my Aunt Pam or my Uncle Jeff are, baking pies and they're making some money and then they file that as a Schedule C and they take a loss. I mean, they could choose next week to not make pies anymore.
Right.
So we're not going to always take the loss on your business if you actually have a full-time job, but it depends on what your business is. If it's something that you could not easily shut down, it's not a hobby.
Right.
And again, we're going to look at what that is and what you've got going on.
If you're
to
running
determine that.
a company and you're employing people and you have overhead, you can't just turn around and shut that down. So we're going to keep that in there. If you're crocheting and you're selling it on Etsy, no problem, right? That's something you could shut down. You're living off your regular income.
Right.
So there are a lot of different, situations. We can't go over all of them. However, we have a lot of people that come in and say, well, yeah, I took an $80,000 loss in 2018, but in 2019, I had a positive 90,000.
So we're going to take an average of that.
So we're going to take an average of that. We understand maybe you're, incrementally increasing because you started the business.
But maybe we don't have to take an average of that.
But maybe we don't.
And that's where actually a lot of this comes down, is that you really just have to call us, because maybe we can get that 1 year return. So maybe in 18 you took that loss. Maybe in 19 everything turned around and looks great. You know what? Call us, because maybe we can get that 1 year return, and we can do that 12-month average, and we don't have to show that year before tax returns. You're trying to get into a jumbo loan, we're going to take 2 years. No matter what, you're not going to get around it. But a jumbo loan here in California or in, higher cost areas, a jumbo loan is not a jumbo loan until after you're over $765,000 in your loan size. So up to that number in your loan, we very well may be able to use 1 year of a tax return. So really, at the end of the day, the bottom line is, if you own a company and you pay yourself a W-2, that's fantastic. If you take a loss on the company return, even though you gave yourself the W-2, we're going to take it away from the W-2 income. We're going to use your net income to qualify you. And if that's not enough, we're going to come up with alternative solutions. So when you're self-employed, you've got opportunity like bank statement loans. If you're an investor buying rental properties, we've got the DSCR loans, which is the debt service loan. We're going to look at the actual rents coming in on the property, and we're going to let the property actually qualify itself. There's a lot of different opportunities and options available if you're self-employed. I don't want anybody out there self-employed to think, oh, well, I'm just done. There's nothing I can do because she just said I'm going to take the net. You have no idea. There's so many opportunities.
Right. And we do have a lot of people that says, well, I had a negative. It's my net. That's okay, because we're going to go and add back what we can. I had one I looked at yesterday. And one of our loan officers that we work with says, Heidi, well, is this going to be a problem? Well, we had one company took a large loss. Well, once I got into it, our borrower only owns 33.3% of that. So I get to give them all their W-2, all their K-1, and only hit them for 33.33% of the loss.
Right.
And then their other company, they own 100%, and they had a net loss, very small, but again, positive K-1, positive W-2. So end all be all, they more than qualified.
Right. And
So
you just don't know. The
you
easiest
just
thing
don't know.
Is just to call us. Let us see it. Send over the tax returns. Email them over. Upload them to our system. Let us see it. Let us work through it. And let us tell you what we can do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, please don't ever assume, because let us dig into it. Let us do the numbers. Let us ask some questions, because there might be a one-time loss. You may have sold something. You may have bought something that put you at a lower income. That's only one time. We can exclude that. So there's a lot of stuff that we can look at that we just don't ever want you to assume that you can't qualify.
Right. Absolutely not. So just wanted to mention again, if you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to throw those into the feed. We'd be more than happy to answer them, read them out loud and answer them for you. If you guys want to give us a call, it's 844-935-3634. Happy to get you live right here on YouTube. We just got somebody, Crystal said hello. Thank you. Hello so much.
Hi,
Hi to you, Crystal. My Aunt my Aunt Lori actually wanted to know, which we didn't cover in our Catching Up with Mom, how your birthday bash went.
I think it went very well.
It did. It was a really
fun.
good time. We went to just easy Cheesecake Factory restaurant. That was nice. Very, kind of family size, dinner. And then the winery was amazing. That
Isn't
was
it
actually
great?
It really was.
We went, and I'll give them a little shout out. We went to the winery Double Trouble that is here in Old Town Newhall.
It's perfect for us.
Double Trouble. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's on Main Street. It's, it's a family owned and operated winery. They have two wineries that are at the same location, and I absolutely love their wine. And they, we basically had the patio to ourselves. They're fantastic. They did great service.
They did, yeah. No, it was really a lot of fun. The wine was very, very good. No, it was great. It didn't help our diets at all, but
No.
that's okay. It was your birthday. It was
yeah.
your 40th, 10th birthday.
Yeah. So
Had
for
to do
anyone
it.
wondering, I'm a leap day baby.
Yeah.
So I got to celebrate my 10th birthday and my 40th birthday on leap day, and it was a Saturday.
Right.
So it was perfect. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah. All right. So we covered self-employed income, which
Yes.
is fantastic. If anybody listening missed that, how do you guys watch it? We'll just watch it again. So if it's Saturday and you guys are watching on radio, go to YouTube and watch our most recently streamed session. Every Wednesday, we're right here. We're live at 5 on YouTube, and you guys can ask us your questions. You can give us a call. We can do everything live. You can watch us mess up. You can actually see us record the show and then actually hear it on radio and hear that it's the same show. So yeah, we really are the real
Yeah.
people here doing it, and we have no idea what we're going to talk about until we get into it.
And if you have more questions, just give us a call, shoot us an email.
yeah, It's the
However you
easiest
want to
way.
find out. It's just the easiest way, and always ask questions about the income because you never know what we'll come up with.
Yep, absolutely. If you guys want to win those Stagecoach tickets, you guys have to be watching us. Like we said, it's going to be sometime around St. Patty's Day, so make sure that you get on and watch our YouTube live because you've got to be watching to win. And so what do you guys do? You go to YouTube, search Mortgage Mom Radio, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so that you know that we're live, and make sure that you guys are following us. We've also got our phone app that I haven't talked about here in a couple. I talked about it last week, but
Yeah.
it's we're halfway through the show. If you guys want, if you're thinking, hey, a refinance might be great. We've talked all about how interest rates dropped. We've talked about the Federal Reserve dropping the prime rate in an emergency meeting earlier this week. Again, if you've missed any of that, how do you watch it? Just go to YouTube and you guys can watch it right now, or go back after. If you came in late, go back and watch the beginning of it. But if you guys want to kind of play around with what would my payment look like if I did a 15 instead of a 30, now that interest rates have dropped. If you want to see what would a 20 look like, if you want to see maybe I should pull some cash out right now and pay off some of those debts, or maybe if you've been thinking about buying a house, how much can I afford now that the rates are lower? The phone app is absolutely amazing. You can do everything that you need from it. You can run a payment for conventional, FHA, USDA, VA. You're going to answer questions on your VA, whether you are considered disabled or not. That's going to calculate that funding fee accurately. FHA is going to calculate that mortgage insurance for you. Even conventional, if you're doing a purchase, you're going to put in your credit score. It's going to calculate that for you. So it's going to give you that principal, interest, taxes, and insurance monthly payment. You guys can listen to the podcast right from the phone app. You can call us from the phone app. You can email me from the phone app. Really very, very simple. So how do you get it? You text the word mom to 36260. That's it. Mom is the word that you put into the body of the text, and the telephone number is 36260. You'll get that. You can actually save the app to your home screen, and you can do just about anything that you want with that phone app. So
We didn't talk about our results today for weighing in. So we weigh in every Wednesday, and last week
because
was
we've been on this major diet.
last week was pathetic, at least for me, since I
No.
gained 3 pounds.
You did, but I didn't lose any. I mean, I was dead even with the week before, so it was a pretty frustrating week.
So what was this week for you?
This week I lost. It was almost 3 pounds, so it was nice. It kind of came back. I'm going to blame it on those female things.
Right? You brought it back.
Yeah, so I brought it back. I got it down this week. I'm down almost 3 pounds this week, and we did our inches today.
We did our inches. Hi, Robert.
Yeah,
Thanks
hi
for
Robert.
joining
Thank
us.
you for joining, watching the show. So we did inches today, and I am down a total since we started of 13 inches.
Yes, you are.
Huge. So very exciting.
You are.
Yeah.
So
and you did good.
I did good.
Yeah.
I'm down 2 pounds
Yes.
from
That's
last week,
good.
so that's good.
It's better than the negative.
It's better than going up 3,
Yeah,
so I'm happy with that. And I was down 4 more inches today.
You were from the beginning, yeah, and you were down 5 or almost
I was down
6.
Yeah, almost
Yeah.
6 the first time. So
Yeah, so you're down 10.
yeah, I'm down about 10 inches. So even though I have not been as good as Debbie has, I have a hard time giving up my wine. So I understand why the diet's not working as well for me.
I don't have an easy time yet. I go home every night and wish that I had it.
You're so much stronger than I am.
Yeah, I am.
So,
But anyway,
yep.
we're doing great. We're looking forward to Stagecoach. We're determined.
Dad says
Determined.
13 inches. Wow, you can't afford to get any shorter.
Thanks, Dad. Appreciate it. And no, I can't. I cannot get any
Love
shorter.
it.
But it's coming off around here, like the midsection.
Funny thing is, that's exactly what your son said. You're trying to get shorter?
No, I'm not trying to get shorter. Just
no.
trying to look smaller.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm bound and determined. I'm wearing those shorts at Stagecoach. It's just too darn hot to be rolling around in jeans. So it's going to happen. We're doing it. And if you guys are listening to the show, not watching YouTube, you guys should watch us just so you can see the transformation happen on the weekly basis.
Yep.
Anyway, so we're going to take a really quick break. We'll be back with some more mortgage loan stuff. But if you guys want to give us a call, feel free. It's 844-935-3634. And we'll talk to you. We'll see you in a minute.
Do you own your home? Have you considered what could happen to your home if something happened to you and your family had to go through the dreaded probate process? Hello, I am the estate planning mom and my name is Krista Hermance. I am an estate planning attorney at Hermance Law. If you own your home and something happened to you, depending on how title is held, your family may have to go through probate court. Probate in California can take an average of 12 months to 2 years to complete. It is very expensive and public. A will, while it states how you want your stuff distributed, doesn't actually avoid probate. It just guarantees it. If you want to avoid probate, a trust might be your best option, and we can help you figure that out. We have offices in Ventura, Westlake Village, Santa Clarita, and work with clients virtually throughout California. For information, text WILL to 474747. Again, text WILL to 474747.
This attorney advertising is intended for general information only, not intended to be legal advice, nor does it create an attorney-client relationship. Attorneys at Hermance Law are licensed to practice law in California only. You should seek advice from a legal professional licensed in your state. Hermance Law is located in Ventura, California, and can be reached at 805-518-9633.
She's a mortgage mom.
Mortgage Mom here. Did you know that property values are up and interest rates are down? Do you have some debt that you'd like to get paid off? Give me a call. It's 844-935-3634.
She's a mortgage mom. She can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call Mom.
Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the Department of Business Oversight under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, California NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Texas and Tennessee, 184373, Arizona 094-1504, and Nevada 57237.
All right, well, welcome back. I'm Debbie Marcoux, and this is Heidi Slagle Points.
Welcome back.
All right, so what do? We're Mortgage Mom Radio. We talk about all about mortgage advice. How can we help you guys get into a home, maybe make your house a little bit cheaper. Maybe we can't make your house a little bit cheaper, but maybe we can make your overall bills a little bit cheaper, pay off some debts. We talk about everything, guidelines. We've already talked about self-employed income today. We've talked about commissioned borrowers already in the past. We've talked about hourly borrowers in the past. We've had renovation loans we've talked about. So just about anything that you guys need to know, we want to hear from you. We want you to ask us those questions, and we will bring those answers to you. Chances are very good that if you're thinking about something or you've got a question about something, someone else has the same question. So there's no bad question. There's no dumb question. And it doesn't matter if you've heard us talk about it before and you just can't remember the answer. Again, chances are there is somebody out there that is thinking the exact same thing. So please bring those to us. Ask us those questions. Ask away. We want to hear from you, and we want to answer them for you. A really great question that I got in email today, and she's not a client. I've had a couple of email exchanges with her back and forth and just asking questions kind of over the last year or so. But one of the questions that she asked was, how soon can I buy a home after a bankruptcy? And it was a great question because I had to then go back to her with more questions.
Right.
What kind of bankruptcy was it? Did you do a Chapter 7? Did you do a Chapter 13? What kind of bankruptcy did you have? And so depending on the type of bankruptcy that you had determines how long that we have to wait.
Right.
Also, the circumstances surrounding the bankruptcy determine how long that you have to wait. So if you are considered extenuating circumstances, you lost your job, you got hurt, you couldn't work, your income declined by 30% or more, someone got very ill in the family and the medical bills just absolutely drowned you guys out, you had to stop and take care of a loved one because they were ill. There's a lot, you got ill yourself, so there's a lot of things that are extenuating circumstances that, believe it or not, exactly 1 year after discharge of that Chapter 7 bankruptcy, we could get you into a home, you could buy a property. Right. Chapter 13 bankruptcies, you could actually buy a property while you're still in the middle of your Chapter 13. You could refinance your home while you're in the middle of your 13. You do have to make sure that you've been making online online timely payments to the court, which we will get, record of. And I do believe that you have to have at least 12 months in of those payments being shown that you've been paying them on time. But there's a lot of things that we can do. If you were financial mismanagement, just ran those bills up, didn't plan for a rainy day, all of a sudden the car broke down, you had to go buy something else, now you got a car payment, now you can't afford the debt you had, and you just needed to file bankruptcy to kind of get out from underneath of the rock, then you're going to need to wait 2 years before we can get you into, a purchase or a refinance with a Chapter 7. So lots of options there and opportunity. And a lot of people a year or two after a bankruptcy don't feel like they can buy something. And you know what? You can. You can.
I will jump in and say, when you're saying extenuating circumstances, there will be a lot of questions. There's a lot of paperwork, and we do have to prove it. Okay.
Right.
So just a simple letter stating what happened, it won't be enough. So when you're coming to us and you're in those situations, please be prepared to answer the questions, get the documentation.
Write me a love letter.
Yes, it needs to be a love letter. I mean, it really does. It needs to be a love letter detailing out what happened. And if it was medical, you may have to provide documentation. Now, most of the time, they're not going to ask for specific medical, exposing your medical condition.
But a nice letter of explanation explaining what happened, along with the opportunity of maybe showing what some of those bills were.
Right.
There are things that we
there
can
are things
do
that we can get
provide
that are
evidence.
not
Right.
We're going to have to provide
that are not
evidence.
personal. Yeah.
Now, I will tell you, we have had several people come and say, "But I got divorced." So 9 times out of 10, I will not say 10 out of 10 because there's always exceptions. Divorce is not
An
extenuating circumstance. Though when you get divorced, you feel like it is. So I understand that.
Yeah. But honestly, a divorce is financial mismanagement. You shouldn't have married him at the beginning.
Right. It's financial mismanagement 9 times out of 10. Yeah. So even though sometimes we don't feel that way,
right.
Things happen. Unfortunately, your life changes, but it does not generally qualify.
Right. So, and the reason that I brought that up, it was such a great question. And then I actually got a phone call last night, and it was from a real estate agent that we had a client that called in. I worked with her for about a year to get her prepared to buy. Got her, we first started with the game plan. Like I always tell people, she followed the game plan. She wanted to move to Texas. Then she wanted to move and buy the house before she got to Texas. And I said, that's fine, but do you have the jobs? No, we don't have them yet. You got to get there first. So she, you've got to get the job first. And she couldn't get the job until she got there. So in her situation, she was going to have to rent a home first, find a job, get settled, and then buy. So we went through all of this together, and I happened to get her hooked up with a great real estate agent out in Texas. That real estate agent got her into a short-term rental for just a couple of months so that she had time to get the job, the offer letter, everything she needed, and get her, then go ahead and get moving forward through the purchase. So they just closed. Yes. And the real estate agent went actually to dinner with them last night. And obviously we couldn't go. We're not in Texas. We're here in California. But she went.
That would have been fun.
It would have been fun. And Priscilla's great. But
yes.
So they actually went to dinner last night. And she called me when dinner was over. And she said, I got to tell you, I'm in Texas. You're in California. I honestly have no idea what it is that you're doing there. I know that you do some radio show. I've never heard of it before. And trust me, when I send referrals out, it's because I trust in those people.
Right.
It's not because they listen to my show, they're calling me, they're paying me. I'm not getting a kickback. I'm not getting anything from that referral.
Right.
I want to know that I'm taking care of my client and that my client is being taken care of by the people that I'm referring them to.
Yes.
And so Priscilla called, she's like, I don't know what you're doing, but I got to tell you, these people were in tears. They were crying during dinner. And they said that they listened to your show every morning on the way to work. You made them feel inspired. You made them feel like they could do it. They could buy. They were first-time buyers. They had gone through a lot of, muck and didn't have a down payment saved, but knew that they wanted to be homeowners. You got, not only did we get them into their home, we got them into down payment assistance.
Yep.
It cost them only a couple $1,000s to close the loan.
Yep.
They got to Texas. They got everywhere that they wanted to go. And she said, I don't know what it is that you're doing on that show. And I said, we're telling people that they can.
They can.
And we're not telling people no. So, talking about the self-employed income, call us. You know, it could be something as easy as we're going to make a game plan for 2020.
Right.
When you file those returns in 2020. If you're worried about the bankruptcy, call us. Let us discuss that extenuating circumstance and what exactly took place and how long do you need before we can do something for you. You know, you feel like you're drowning and you're in debt. Let's talk about that refinance. Let's talk about getting those bills paid off. But let's also talk about don't reuse them.
Right. Well, we'll go back to our friend at the church.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So she came to us, and I, won't say her name, but she came to us, and the way that she was getting reimbursed.
Yes, for her housing.
For her housing.
Correct.
And then we couldn't make her qualify. Right, with that. But we talked to her, we went over it. Well, the church easily gave her housing allowance.
Right. And it was a housing allowance.
It was a housing
allowance.
allowance.
They were just putting it on the pay stub.
The pay stub as a reimbursement versus a housing allowance, which it technically was. But as far as the church was concerned, it didn't make any difference.
Right. They were
either
able
way,
to do that. Which then we got them the refi they needed.
Right. And then we talked through it. They talked to their accounting and their payroll. There was no difference for them because that's what it was. They made the changes and we got it done.
Right.
So we couldn't do it 1 month. We could do it a couple months later. So always ask. Always come to us. Let's see what's going on. Let's look at it. A lot of times with self-employment, it's simply making a lot of write-offs that are paper.
Right.
But some of the paper we can't write off, right? Meals and entertainment.
Hate those.
We cannot give that.
As a matter of fact, we're going to take more away from you for your meals.
Right. We are going to take that away from you.
Yeah.
So there are certain things that we take away from you that people don't think about that maybe don't have to be written off. Right.
Or business use
Or
of home that
business
doesn't
use
maybe
of
always
home
get
that's
used that could
not-
have been. And yeah, there's a lot there. So the
So-
bottom line is that you've
Yeah.
just got to call us and you've got to talk to us. Talk to us about your scenario. Let us put you in the right, at least on the right path, with the right game plan moving forward.
And we're always going to have you talk to your CPA and make
Obviously.
sure it's the right decision for you because we are not accountants, CPAs
No.
licensed in that
all
realm.
we can do
But-
is tell you what you'd have to do to qualify, and then you have to determine whether that's going to work
Right,
for
if
you.
that's the
but we
right
can at
step.
least give you, that opportunity of
Yeah.
knowing. So very, very important. But, we want you guys to call. Like we said, right now is crazy, crazy times. The interest rates have dropped like through the floor. Everybody and their mother is refinancing. If you're not, you really should be. If you've thought about buying a house, you're going to be able to afford a little bit more right now. Just saw another news article that came out. It was either yesterday or the day before saying that property values are up again in 2020 from where they were in 2019. And we're on a pretty fast incline right now as far as the appreciation goes. And, that's because rates are low and people can afford a little bit more, which makes that little bit more expensive house a little bit more affordable. So, it's real estate is the name of the game. Owning your home is the name of the game. Not being in debt, getting things paid off, buying a property, and we're here to help you with all of that. So, if you haven't taken advantage, if you haven't called, you haven't made the appointment, you really need to get on the books for me. It's a phone appointment. I'm going to book an hour for you. Probably it'll take 20, 30 minutes of your time for us to at least talk through what you have going on in your scenario. And I'm either going to get you moving forward, slap you on your little diaper butt as you waddle out and get you moving forward where you need to go. Or, we're going to actually get things started for you because it's time and you can do it right there and then.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
What do you guys do to get a hold of us? Dad, should I try to do it? So again, everybody listening, we are live on YouTube Wednesdays at 5, and everybody watching right now gets to put in all of their comments into the feed. So Aunt Pam says, you girls rock, making lives better. My dad said, should I try to do it? Dad, we just closed your refinance. You're solid. You're good.
You're good.
You're good. We don't need to do it again. But if you guys want to get a hold of us, you give us a call. It's 844-935-3634. Watch us live on YouTube Wednesdays at 5. Subscribe to the channel. It's Mortgage Mom Radio. Everything is Mortgage Mom Radio. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. I'm going to mention it one more time, and then we're going to get out of here. We've got Go Country, who gave us 2 Stagecoach tickets so graciously to give away. And the only way you can get those is if you are watching us live at 5 on YouTube. We are going to do that giveaway sometime near St. Patty's Day. Not going to tell you which one. St. Patty's Day you determined is a Tuesday.
I did determine it's a Tuesday.
So it will either be that show that Wednesday, or it could be the Wednesday before.
Or
So-
the Wednesday after.
Or the Wednesday after. So you guys you have to follow us. You guys have to subscribe. You have to like the channel. And you've got to be on. When we announce it, we're going to tell you what you guys need to do. And you need to actually be following us live. So make sure you guys do that. But
I think we'll be wearing green.
yeah?
Yeah.
The day that we actually
The
give
day
the
that we give
stagecoach
them
tickets
away.
out? All right. All right. I like that too.
Yep.
All right. So everybody listening, it's 844-935-3634. My assistant Chris is answering the phones. My call service is answering the phones. They will make an appointment with you right now. Schedule a phone consultation with me. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844-WE-LEND-FOR-YOU. LEND and the number 4. You guys want to get that phone app. The phone app is amazing. Text the word mom to 36260. That's mom to 36260. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. Oh, my dad also says that St. Patty's Day was my grandma's favorite holiday. I sure would hope so. She had a bar in her living room, and they owned a bar and grill, and I'm pretty sure that she was Irish. So,
Fantastic.
I'm sure she loved that one, and so do I. It's probably
There you go.
It's probably why we like our wine so much. But
Right.
Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we'd love to see you on watching us on YouTube next Wednesday, live at 5. And
Have a great week.
have a great week. We'll talk to y'all then.
Bye.